You guys all know about the story about the young baby being kidnapped Emanuel, and how I told you guys how things seem to be a little awkward with the mother and the father and their reaction.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
I don't think anything could have prepared you guys for what you are about to find out about this spine-tingling, dark past. How are you good people doing, my American informed brothers and sisters? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith, and you're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Follow me up here. Follow me down here. Click that. It helps me. Thank you very much. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification. It will bring down a drop box for you to select all notifications. And last but not least, don't forget to check out the other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, in which we're at 6,600 subs. Let's get to 7. All right, go over there and subscribe to it, folks. All right, appreciate you all. Shout out to Dalen, who I met at the gym today, who shook my hand, told me he recognized me. His mom recognized me from when I went viral some years ago at a school board meeting. Nice young man. I'm glad he actually presented himself, said he watches, he actually follows his mom. Hopefully they do the same. Hopefully y'all get your family to jump on board and all that great stuff. Even if they don't agree with y'all, just tell them to check it out, because most people don't want to hear truth. But if it's coming from someone that experienced the so-called stuff that they may be taking up for, maybe they'll give an ear to it. All right. So again, shout out to you, Dalen. Did I say Dylan? Dalen. I hope I said Dalen. If I got it wrong, Dalen, next time we're in the weight room, throw a dumbbell at me. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, all right, folks. Yeah, we got to get ready to get into this, because I'm telling y'all right now, I don't think that you, unless you already know about this, you were not prepared for what you were about to hear. Remember the lady? Somebody snuck up behind her, said, "Hola," punched her. She just seen black or white. Who knows what she saw? And she looked up and her baby was gone. I showed you guys video and I said, something don't look right about the child. I showed you videos of how he looked. I said, I think he might have some developmental disabilities. He might have some mental disabilities. He may be mentally retarded. He looked like he got a little bit of cephalopathy going on. That's swelling of the brain and swelling of the head, right? And I said, something don't seem right about this. And then when they showed both of the parents crying, I'm like, well, they weren't crying. They were, if you please, if somebody could just then. And then they got interested because the father lawyered up. Strange. And then both of them stopped communicating with the police and helping the police. The police them say, we're still going to try to look for the child, but they don't have nothing to do with the police. The police are still looking for him, but the parents don't want to have nothing to do with the child. The father lawyered up. Something don't seem right. That black eye she had seemed to be like 5-6 days old. Something don't seem right. But ladies and gentlemen, they end up telling us that the father had served time in jail for 6 months for child abuse. But Lord Jesus, child abuse is an understatement. Trust me when I tell you, if you are very sensitive to what you're about to see and hear, you might not want to hear this, but I'm giving you time right now to turn it off. But for those of you that's going to go along with this right along, be prepared to be pissed off.
That crime was committed against his own 10-week-old baby girl, a child who survived but suffered horrendous lifelong injuries. Here is the little girl in her hospital bed, 10 weeks old. She is recovering here from several fractures to her ribs, to her skull, and to her legs. She is also recovering from a brain hemorrhage. This little girl was eventually removed from the Harrow home, and she was adopted by one of Vanessa's cousins. That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name is Promise Faith. According to the cousin, Promise is now 7 years old, but take a look at this picture. The damage that she suffered from those injuries was permanent. Promise was left blind. Promise was left unable to walk. Promise was left unable to talk and unable to swallow due to strangulation. We are told from this cousin that Promise has 3% brain function, that Promise needs a feeding tube, and that Promise will need round-the-clock care for the rest of her life. So let's just contemplate this as you see these pictures. Jake Harrow, who beat this child, received 6 months in jail and probation afterwards. The same cousin who adopted this little girl, Promise, also took in Jake's oldest son, who she says was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. That child was named after his father, Jake, but the cousin also renamed the little boy. His new name is Carlos. And now this same cousin who has taken in 2 of Jake Harrow's children, one that Jake Harrow beat into a lifelong condition, another that was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now this cousin is caring for a 3rd child removed from the Harrow home just this week. A 2-year-old child was taken out of Jake and Rebecca's care. I'm joined now by true crime digital creator Abby Escobar, who spoke directly with this cousin who has been caring for these children. Abby uncovered these incredible details. First and foremost, I don't even know what the word is, apoplectic, devastated, angry, all of the above, that these 3 kids have had to be moved out of the Harrow home, and yet the Harrows still had children living there. Let's just start right there, Abby. Child cruelty, a prison sentence, and this little child was left with lifelong incapacities. How is it that they still had kids?
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the great golden grand question right there. Woo! We all have no idea, man. Look, I don't even have like the mental capacity right now to even be able to try to remotely explain to you guys how the justice system was able to allow this man, after he did what he did to the first one, 6 months, he out, probation. He did it again. Then he did it again. Now, see, guys, at first I was kind of like, y'all, look, we don't know what the abuse allegations. Y'all, when you just he crushed that baby's throat, her trachea, crushed her head. She's on a feeding tube for life, can only use 13% of her brain. And I told y'all, if you would have shown me pictures of what y'all just seen right there without no story about, oh, this is a beautiful, I would have said, hey, y'all, you know what? Those kids look like something was wrong with them. They might have been having some deficiencies when they were born, whatever like that, some disabilities and things like that. But now you find out this dark, crazy secret. How is that man even walking free right now? Now you know why he lawyered up, huh? Now we know what is he lawyering up for? Apparently he's already been relieved with no punishment of the first 3 kids. So why does he need to lawyer? Why does he need to lawyer up? And I know some of you might be thinking, well, you know what? Her story might be right, Ty. It might have been him that came behind her and said, hola, and then punched her and da-da-da. They said her story ended up being inconsistent. Now, is it possible that he could have manipulated her into saying, no, say this, say that when they talk to you again? Say, very possible. But the black eye she had, 5-some days old. Then I'll raise you another one. She said she heard someone say hola, and then it was lights out for her, right? Since you guys are theorizing, which I'm not saying that y'all wrong, that it may be her husband, wouldn't she recognize her husband's voice? This is why, if y'all didn't know and you weren't following this story, this is the reason why the police showed up with cadaver dogs. Because he probably went far beyond what he did the first times. How was that child abuse? That's beyond child abuse. That's attempted murder. Y'all, this is really sad. That baby is basically, the first child he did it to, that's basically just a living, breathing human. I don't know what her mental capabilities are, but 13% of her brain forever on a feeding tube. Do you understand the ramifications of that? I don't know what sensories this child may have, but we know she's blind. Don't know what a cake is going to taste like. Don't know what food is going to taste like. Don't know what drinks is going to taste like. Don't know what water would taste like. Don't know what anything would taste like. She's blind. Do she even know that she's even alive? But then to do it to 2 more children? man, y'all, I believe in forgiveness. I do. I really do. After 3 times, we probably wouldn't even be hearing about this story if the court systems, the justice system scales was tipped in the right direction of righteousness. After that first child, that man should have been castrated. You don't need to have anything coming from your loins anymore that you may pose a danger to. He should be castrated now. Y'all, let me stop because hey, could it possibly be that this all is true and it did happen? I give it a 0.0001% chance, but not a chance in hell. Basically, no. I'm just not buying this, guys. What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that there's still something fishy going on? Do you believe her story? Do you believe that it is the father, since we know he has a history of violence on his own seed? His own seed. I hope y'all was able to get through this without crying. It pisses me off. You guys let me know what you think about this by putting in the comment section after this video. If you have not done this right here, please do that. It greatly helps my channel. If you want to see the next video that I will be doing in chronological order, it's going to be that one up there. Things I did as of yesterday you may have missed right here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, click this right here, and that's how you subscribe to the channel, right? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.